A very warm welcome to you all to the one-on-one set. In the studio tonight, we have with us Abel Thésée. He is an athlete who will represent Mauritius in the Arm Wrestling World Championship in the coming days. And tonight, during this episode of One-on-One, Abel will share with us his passion for this discipline and how his preparation is going for the upcoming competition. Abel, thank you so much for joining us in the studio of the MBC.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm very pleased and excited to be here.
Abel, so in the coming days, you are going to represent Mauritius in the World Championship on Wrestling, huge competition. But before we talk more about that competition, first of all, share with us how did you develop the interest for arm wrestling or sports in general?
Well, I think every person have tried at one point in life arm wrestling, whether it is with family, with friends, with at school. We all like or have tried that sport, that game. And I did it on and off since 2017, but never as a sport. I've tried one competition a long time ago when I was in Rhode Island, but that was just fooling around. But last year, in November, there was a competition that was held, not a competition, but more like a show, but ended up as a competition. And that was in Trianon City. The one before that also was at Port Louis. So those two competitions I've won. And then I was finding it very interesting because there's a table, there's a referee, there's rules, there's a strategy, techniques, mind game. And I was like, oh, that's pretty fun. Okay. So just carried on with this and until we had the news that there was at the Africa Games. So Africa Games is all the competitions, the events that you will see in the Olympics, let's say that, most of them, that is for Africa only. So they put, for the first time, arm wrestling. So that was very big because Mauritius was sending his delegation with cycling, athletics, and swimming. And now they were having the event of arm wrestling. So I've sent emails out, contacted the right people, and asking if they would be interested to have in the delegation an arm wrestler. So me and my friend Javed, we were very excited if they would allow us to go. And they did. And that's how the journey started.
Great. So you didn't actually intend to really practice it at a competitive level when you were young?
No.
It was just like a passion for you, just, fun?
I didn't know it existed, really. We all like it for, to prove ourselves to each other. But no, never as a competition, no. That was the first.
Okay. So talk to us, how is arm wrestling really as a sport? How does the training go for this competition, for this discipline?
Well, arm wrestling, let's say I'm still learning the sport. But I'll say there's three factors that you have to have. Strength, logic, I'll say technique, and speed. Speed doesn't mean to go fast, to go down quickly. Maybe speed to control the hand. Speed to set up yourself properly when they say go. So it's a combat sport, but it's also a strength sport. Meaning, however the guy is in front of me, however I am today, it's the best man would win. So if I go faster and I crack the wrist, don't worry, I don't kill him. But it's just like I make the wrist in a negative position for him and advantageous for me. So this is all, you have to be like quick, smart, strong, and every second counts. It's rare that there's a match longer than 4 seconds. It's pretty quick. So yeah, it's not your normal arm wrestling where you one hand behind the back and just don't use your body weight and just do that. No, we can pull backwards, we can get close, we can do everything we want, except we have to follow the rules, grab the handle, keep your hand on the pad, and don't lift it.
But Abel, you told us that your first competition, international competition, was the African Games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you learned that you were selected for that competition, which is a prestigious one, so what were your reaction and how did you really train yourself? Did your research for that one?
Well, I work at the HPC, High Performance Center at Côte d'Or, and we have a great team of sports scientists, of a medical team and coaches. So I shared with him, and I'm like, listen, we're planning to go there. Let's find out how we can work. So we had elastic bands, we tried different angles, we tried to load the arm, we tried all kind of things. And because, there's no there's no training camps here. There's no much that we can know. But thanks to YouTube, and we talk to people around the world and getting advices, and that's how we taught ourselves how to do it, and it ended pretty well. Pretty well, yeah.
And you in fact realized a good performance for your first competition. Were you expecting that?
No, I mean, I was going knowing nothing. I didn't know how strong were the guys because it's hard to tell how strong they are.
Yeah.
Because just by looking at the TV, like, oh, I think he's fast. No, you don't know it until you
Yes.
grab the hand. You're like, oh wow, he's actually very strong. So I don't know. I didn't know anything, but I went in like, we have nothing to lose. Let's go and have fun. And I end up having the bronze medal for the left arm and fourth place in right arm for the under 100 kgs. And that is the first medal of the Indian Ocean Islands or countries
Yes.
that ever got won at the Africa Games. There was Madagascar there too, but that was the first for Mauritius to have a medal. So that was pretty exciting.
So do you feel that that achievement gave you a boost to continue in that sport? And now,
Definitely. I'll say that medal changed my whole life because I believe that every person, especially I've did sport for a long time, since I was 11 years old, athletics, weightlifting, many sports. Um, every sports athlete wants purpose. And I found a sport that I'm like, oh, we can actually do something better here. And keep on training and competition went on, did some few here, and now we're going for a big one.
and now you're actually going to represent the country
Mhm.
at the World Championship, which is huge, right? You're going to be athletes from different parts of the world, different potential. So talk to us about that feeling of being part of that competition when you, in fact, just started on wrestling like last year. So
Yeah,
going to that competition is a huge
yeah,
achievement
yeah.
itself.
That's huge. That's huge. First time. I mean, everything will be first time because we have nobody before. So,
Okay.
so that's the first time also Mauritius is going for a world championship. That's amazing. Yeah, 60 countries, 1,200 participants. Wait, not just for me, not just for me.
Yeah.
You have youth, juniors, boys and girls, handicaps, seniors, and veterans. So it is full packed. So everybody of all background, whether you're handicapped or you're young or you're a lady, you can try this, and that's very exciting about this sport.
And how's your preparation going for that competition?
Oh, we upgraded everything. We upgraded everything. I was 98, 99 kgs going into the Africa Games. Now I'm 103, for example. So I got much stronger. Uh, but it is a sport of time. We
Okay.
have to let time heal you. You have to let time thicken your joints and your ligaments, and it is a sport of time. So the trick was not to get injured, but also getting better, stronger, faster, and I think we are much better. We are much better than Africa Games. Still, they are going to be super powerful guys there. So yeah, we changed a lot of things, but we're expecting to deliver, and that will be
Yeah.
exciting to see what happens.
It's next week, right? Which date?
Yep. So I'm leaving next week on Wednesday, the 14th of August. The competition will start on the 23rd to the 24th for myself.
So is there any, are there any aspects in your preparation that you're trying to polish before leaving for the games?
Yeah, healing, healing, resting. That's all. I'm not. We can't change much in 4 days, 3 days. Everything is done. That's gonna be very exciting to see how we deliver. But just yeah, resting. I'm a bit tired, a bit exhausted because it's everyday arms, back, lats, shoulder, oblique. And one thing that people don't and maybe missed when we think of arm wrestling, and myself was the first to learn that, it is your central nervous system that shuts down quicker, faster than just arm pain because you're always squeezing, always intense. And I train for probably like sometimes I'll just do 20 minutes one arm, and I have guys pulling my arm with cables. Sometimes we have both free hands, sometimes with elastics. So that's pretty exciting. But your nervous system is always affected first. So meaning you have to have good sleep, good nutrition, and let time heal you. And now we are just recuperation.
You know, arm wrestling is pretty much new. Like many people, like you've said, they don't even know that it is an actual sport.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to us a bit about the different maybe categories that we have and in which one you're going to take part. We have right arm, left
Mm-hmm.
arm.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us about it and are there any specific rules in that competition?
Sure. So left arm and right arm. You can choose to do both. I like to do both. I think it's a chance to have two ranking. So the rules compared to normal, we're gonna go a bit technical here. Again, you have a handle, you grab the handle. You have a pad, you leave your elbow on the pad. As the referee says go, you don't lift up, you don't let go of the handle. The aim, simple, pin your opponent. Contrary what people think, it's not a sideways only movement. You have sometimes to pull the arm of the opponent out, so to open his arm, he's weaker then. And then you go to the side, either by turning his wrist, opening his wrist, or going for the fingers. So this is mostly where you have to have tricks. Sometimes you can show that you're going low, but you go up. Sometimes you think you're going up, but then you go low. And this is where it is very tricky, is that sometimes they both slip. And then you are strapped. And strap match is probably what I like the most, because then I don't have to squeeze as much the hand to try to bring him out because we're strapped. So then my technique changes. Then I'm more focusing on fixing my arm straight and then pivoting and using body weight. We can do that. We can do that. We can.
It's very technical, you
Yes.
know. Yeah.
It's a game of chess. You normally know or try to find out what he's going to do. If his feet are one in front of the other, he's probably going to pull back. If his feet are next to each other, he's probably going to go more to the side. Sometimes they lean, sometimes they go higher, sometimes they go lower at the start, before the start, sorry. So it's up to you, like, oh, okay, he's going to pull back, so I'm going to get close. Or he's going to get close, I'm going to try to open him up.
So you have to study the body language of the opponent sometime as well to know how to tackle.
But not too much, because you don't want to be, oh, what is his feet? And boom, no. You have to focus. But you normally know the size, the style they're going to do by watching the person, how they grip, if they get closer. So you kind of know, and normally the crowd shouts, he's going to pull back, or he's going to come close, oh, careful of that, and keep your hips.
Yeah. Do you already know who's going to be your opponents?
Yes, very strong people.
Very strong people.
Very strong people. They're on YouTube, and they are doing like one arm pull-up, and they're 100 kgs, thick, tall Eastern Europe guys. They're just strong. Yeah.
So what's your aim for that World Championship? To gain maximum experience?
Yeah, we're going to do our best. We're going to try and win as much matches, because these guys are the best of a continent,
Of course.
not just of a country.
What?
So it is a World Championship. So it is big to go and make a statement and show them, hey, we're Mauritius, we are warriors too, we like this sport, and we're going to get better. So we have to try and learn, because
Indeed.
it is a sharing too. When you fight someone, you share. So to learn, okay, the next time we can improve.
It's an opportunity to measure yourself to the other athletes and try to improve yourself for next time as well.
Definitely.
Abel, when we talk about arm wrestling, do you feel that it's also about not only physical strength but also mental strength? That you should be able to overcome the pressure and be strong mentally to tackle the game.
Yes, I think the more you have table time is what it means, meaning being at the table with an opponent, the more you have this exposure on the world scene and athletes you don't know, the more you have to be control your stress. Because if you're stressed, one thing happens, your heart rate goes quicker. Even before the referee says go, you're already, you hyperventilate, you're quite stressed, and when they say go, you're already maybe putting too much pressure, and the match can be quickly done for you. So you have to be calm, and when they say go, to grab the wrist and see what happened. And mental, especially when you're about to lose, or you are a bit weakening and it's getting closer to the table for you, then you really have to be like, okay, no, wait, we're not gonna give up. Let's try and maybe move the shoulder, pull him back, try something. And yeah, it's a combat sport. So it's who gives up first loses, or who's the weakest loses.
So do you have actually any specific routine before going on a competition?
Yeah, I try to be social. I don't try to get in a corner with a hoodie, music, and clothes. No.
You're contrary to many others then.
Because it's they're gonna watch you. So for me, it doesn't work. I tried many things. So for me, it's mostly talk, move, be active,
Be alert,
smile,
yeah.
not to get too much introvert. And then when we go there, just I never shout.
Bring that positive energy, you
Yeah,
know?
I don't shout. I don't get angry before. I'll get angry. I'll shout. I'll everything on the go of the referee. But before, I try to be as calm, normal as possible. That works better for me.
So talk to us how nutrition is playing an important role in your preparation for that World Championship.
Well, I take a lot of good supplements. I try to have from Lutico, who is sponsoring me and helping me there on that level. I have proteins, powder, whey powder. I have aminos, all those things which are very good. But also, I've started to discover a new thing also for me, which existed a
Yeah.
lot, seeds and nuts.
Okay.
So this is Neo Food, and they're helping me a lot in there. Neo Food is helping me a lot with grain and a mixture of almond, walnuts, Brazilian nuts, all those things. And I found out it is super great for recuperation, for protein intake, and I digest very well. So my sleeping goes better. I'm not a big fan of rice and pasta, so I change a bit. And I also have Mr. Meat, who is giving me a lot of support, and this is mostly from steaks, and I have a lot of chicken, a lot of beef, and that's mostly it. That's how I live now.
So trying to gain as much as strength as possible.
Exactly. I'm no more, not a lot going on carbs, high protein. So we have meat, we have powders, we have grains, and that's mostly what I eat only. Very few sugar. I don't take much fizzy drinks. I don't take juice, just water as much as I can.
Okay. And is it for you to strike a balance between your professional job and your passion for sports?
Well, I work as a strength and conditioning at Codor, the HPC. So that's how I tackle
Yeah.
my preparation. Being with athletes, helping them to be stronger and fitter for their jobs, for their events. Now I do the same thing for me. So it is 100% with them, 100% with me, and it's the same thing that I'm applying to them, I'm applying to myself. So for me, it's not much of a straight path. It's not a
Yeah.
bit of a stretch. It's pretty cool.
It complements each other.
Exactly, yes.
We're actually drawing towards the end of this episode, but before that, Abdel, how do you view arm wrestling in Mauritius and where do you want it to reach?
People love arm wrestling. People love arm wrestling. It is amazing. We put a table at a mall. There's dads against sons and mom with daughters. Everybody. It's a family sport. It's not too violent. So I think people love it. It's getting there. It's starting to reach a lot of visibility. And I believe that Mauritius will embrace that sport as soon as we get more and more things happening. Events, I think it will get very big.
And what's your long-term goals for that sport?
For myself,
Yeah.
world champion. I mean, you can only reach that. So that would be to be very, very successful in that. To go out and meet other arm wrestlers because we have something in common. We always like improvement and sharing this passion.
And any message you would like to give to youngsters who are watching you right now and who maybe want to learn arm wrestling too?
Yep. Be a good kid. Listen to your parents. Love arm wrestling. The values of arm wrestling is simple. Respect. Love it. And be as much as you can patient because it takes time. So if kids, you liked it, text me. Let's have fun. When we have events, we'll show you guys where we're going to be. Try. Don't be afraid to try. There's nothing wrong in losing. I've won so much and I lost even more than that. But it takes a lot of practice. And I think if you love it, you'll be very successful in anything you do. So come, join us. Have fun with us. And we can only get better in this. Anyways.
Thank you, Abel. It was a delight to have
Thank you so much.
on the show, learn more about your passion for arm wrestling, and we wish you all the best for your upcoming competition.
Thank you so much.
Dear viewers, we have now come to the end of this episode. Thank you for your time. We hope to catch you next week at the same time, same channel. Have a great evening.